Hey guys, welcome to the ZukFabs YouTube channel. This is a bit of an introduction to the vehicles that you'll be seeing on the channel over the next however long it takes to build us till we got heaps of followers, and a bit more of an in-depth look at my car, which is the middle one here. So let's get into it, shall we?
Oh, broken neighbor, is your mind? All the scars that leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes to the
Okay, so over here we have our family car. This is a 2006 Suzuki Escudo. So this is one of the Jap import ones. It has the 2.7 litre V6 under the bonnet. It's a super comfortable car to drive. It's got a good safety rating. They're not too expensive to buy, and apparently their four-wheel drive systems are sneakily pretty good. So this one will be getting modded into sort of like a family overlanding car, sort of built more to tow a camping trailer, which you'll see me build on this channel. Yeah, that's number one.
Oh, broken neighbor, is your mind? All the scars that leave them behind. We light the world up now.
Over the other side of me here, we have my nephew Dakin's 1992 long wheelbase Escudo. So this one has the G16B under the bonnet. We've done a couple mods to it, not too much. We've done a budget 3-inch lift. We've made our own bull bar, and we're just in the process of putting a gull wing in the back. It's his everyday car, and we're trying to build it into a tough four-wheel drive that can drive most of the tracks around this area. So as well as these three Zooks, you'll be seeing another one around, a little red one. That is my sister-in-law's 95, 96 short wheelbase Escudo. It's a Goldwyn edition. It's also rocking the G16A. She's done a bit of work to it, so I'll link her TikTok below if you guys want to go and follow the build. She's got it all on there. It's just run a little 2-inch lift, 29-inch muddies, homemade bull bar, snorkel, just a few little things to get it going the same place as all those patrols and safaris and stuff. So go check her out definitely on TikTok, and she'll be filming and editing content to put on this channel as well. And then last but certainly not least, we have this. This is the Green Machine, my 1995 short wheelbase Suzuki Escudo. So this has got the G16A under the bonnet. It's got an automatic transmission. It came factory with a rear LSD. It is the primo four-wheel drive right from the factory. As we work through, you'll see there's been a lot of work done to this. So let's jump into it and see what we've got. So the first thing most people notice, and the thing I get the most questions on, is the colour. This has been resprayed. This is Raptor Coat, so shout out U-Pole Australia. It's awesome shit. I'd honestly do it again in a heartbeat. This is a colour called Fiji Green. I'll insert a photo now of when I first picked it up from the Raptor Coat. It was a lot greener than this. It's dulled down quite a bit. And then if we start looking at the bar work, I picked this bull bar up off a Wreckers for a couple $100. I added this hoop to it and Raptor coated it black. For the scrub bars, I've done these myself as well, with a little joiner here so that I can take them off separately from my rock sliders, which moves me on to my rock sliders. I made those myself as well. Pretty much everything's been done by myself, apart from a couple of things that I'm not good enough to do. So this is all 32 NB tubing. It's all been Raptor coated black, so it's tough as, never even dented it. And then in the front here, we have a 12,500 pound King's Dominator Extreme winch. It's honestly never failed me. I know my car's not very heavy compared to some of the cars out there, but this winch has done everything I've ever wanted it to. Tucked up behind there, we have a transmission cooler. I have had a couple of issues driving on the beach, so whacked a little transmission cooler in there. Had to take the AC fan out, but who needs aircon anyway? Under here, we have the Anomaly Off-Road 3mm Hardox steel bash plates. They are absolutely unreal. So if you guys don't know, Carl at Anomaly Off-Road is one of the only guys making underbody protection for Suzukis. They are phenomenal. They are absolutely top-notch quality, and they're not too bad of a price. He does custom work as well, so if you need anything, go drop him a DM on Facebook at Anomaly Off-Road. So as for tyre selection, these are the tyres that were on the vehicle when I bought it 3 years ago. There's a set of Firestone Destination MTs. They are 235/75 R15s or 29-inch tyres. But if you watch the next video, there's some 31s in the shed. These are also a set of 15x7 -19 offset steelies. As you can see here as well, I'm still running the auto freewheeling hubs, and I might cop a bit of flack for that. They're not very strong. I have broken a few. but prioritizing other things on the car than the hubs, because these ones still get me into four-wheel drive. So it is what it is. A quick peek in here, you can see some of the work that I've done last weekend, which will be next week's video. I have a new lift in there, all nicely powder coated a deep violet. Just to touch on the lift for a little bit before we move on, I am running a 2-inch suspension lift and a 40mm body lift. So the 40mm body lift is from Flat Out Off-Road. It's a pretty good kit, comes with everything you need apart from the steering shaft spacers. And the suspension, I'm running heavy duty 1-inch Dobinson's coils in the front with a 15mm spacer, but because of how the independent geometry works, it's given it 30mm of lift. We also have up the top some Cal Mini 50mm front strut spacers, and the reasoning for that is explained in my next video. In the back we have R32 Skyline springs with a 4-inch rear shock. The springs still stay captive with those shocks, which is absolutely incredible. It gives a pretty good amount of flex, as you'll see in the upcoming video. And we also are rocking the ZukFabs 2-inch diff drop in the rear. We're looking at extended brake lines. We're fortunately not going to need extended bump stops or spring keepers, so that's a little bit less work that I need to do. I do just need to get some superior spring seats for my Cert, because the Cert man doesn't like these OEM ones. And if we crawl under here, you can't see it because there's beautiful dash plates in the way, but we have a steel front diff out of a first-gen Grand Vitara with a TRE air locker in it. So that's part of what makes this bad boy special, this truck, is its front locker. There's not many people running those on road legal Escudos because they're difficult to find the parts for, to say the least. So coming with that, the spider gears, or the center in there is a 26 spline center. So we're running 26 spline CVs, which are the strongest ones that Suzuki made. I am going to be soon swapping to a stubby shaft setup so that I can run the same CV on both sides, so it's carrying 2 CVs, but I have not got there yet. I would also like to in the future do what's called the Hagen widening mod and put Hilux CVs on here. That'd be good because the surf CVs that you use, you can get chrome ollie ones, so you'd never ever break anything. As we keep moving down the truck here, we have my beautiful 3-inch stainless steel snorkel. This one was made for me by the boys at ProFab Mechanical. I did used to have a black stainless one on there that I made myself, a 2.5-inch one, but it was ugly as hell. It just came out and went straight up. It stuck up like this far as well, so I had the boys whip this one up for me. Just dropped it to them one afternoon. They gave it back to me the next day with it all on. It is a work of art. You don't see many Zooks with stainless ones either. And when I show you the top cap, or the cap on it, you'll understand why it's cool. So we also have the RMR 1.4 meter awning here. So this is a rear awning for the bigger trucks, but it fits really well on the short wheelbase Escudos. It's a perfect length. The only downside is it's small, obviously. So you don't get much shelter. So I am going to be moving soon to the Nomad Bub 270 awning. So that's a 1.6 meter, 270 degree awning. So it'll stick out an extra couple hundred mils, but that's why I got the boys to make me a new snorkel. So there's the top cap for the snorkel, end cap for the snorkel. That's one I made myself and cut out of some stainless, and the boys just welded in the end for me. Now this one here is perhaps my favourite part of the whole vehicle. This is my custom gull wing. So this is, as far as I know, a one of one. I haven't made one for anyone else. This is a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of planning. So we've got our gull wing here. So this is all our 12 volt stuff. I tend to not run the battery in here when I'm just driving around, because the only deep cycle battery I've got is 195 amp hours. It is freaking huge and it sags these springs like nothing. It makes it horrible to drive. So I normally only chuck it in when we go camping. So we've got our voltage readout, our switches for all our lights. We've got lights in here and lights in the back as well. Fire extinguisher, walkie-talkies, you know, just all the normal stuff. And when the lights are on and you're driving around and it's closed, this here glows. So moving down the back a bit, I custom made this rear bar as well. These devil horns will be coming off soon, and I'll have proper rear scrubbies going to my sliders. I have tucked behind here a 4,500 pound rear winch, as well as a square Heyman Reese hitch receiver. So this one is not for towing, recoveries only. And then, yeah, I've obviously got my little fuel lead for my winch. So it's not big enough to recover a big truck like a Patrol or an 80 or a fully loaded 79 or, you know, anything like that. But it will pull me up, obviously. It will pull out your smaller cars, your unloaded dual cab utes and stuff like that. So it does the job. It does what it's supposed to do. We are also running the XTM spare wheel bag. So this is actually on because it's just covering a crack in my tyre that I don't want the WOF man to see. So, shh. And then under here, obviously, we have the Anomaly Off-Road fuel tank bash plate as well. I honestly cannot rate them high enough. Carl's an awesome guy and he does top-notch work. We have these ugly mud flaps that have this bracket that mount to the chassis. These will be getting replaced with the ARB ones in due course. I just haven't got round to it yet. I also have under here a 2.5 inch exhaust with Kobe extractors. There is a resonator and a high flow muffler in there. It sounds like a much larger, much faster car. That wasn't on purpose. I was just trying to get her breathing properly, you know. We are also running a Lockrite auto locker in the back. So she is twin locked. The auto locker isn't working properly. I ordered a new set of springs and pins, but when I rebuilt them, I put the damn things in the wrong holes. So unfortunately, it does have to come out and be fiddled around with and then put back in. But it is what it is, you know. And then coming into the back here, we have my full custom self-made drawer setup. So we have soft close, push to open drawer slides. This has just got some camping stuff and citronella candles, bottle opener, you know, muesli packets, all that sort of stuff. That kind of just stays in there. Up here we have this little flip top compartment. This is where all my tools and spares go. So I got a few CVs, some hubs, a drive line, air hoses, socket set, you know, all the stuff that everyone needs to carry in their four-wheel drive. Over this side, we have the King's Titan fridge slide with a 22 litre Brass Monkey fridge. So because I don't have my battery in all the time, this isn't running all the time, I keep a little nail under there, just under the lid to keep it open a bit so it doesn't go mold and stuff. This here is a pantry. It's got more of a cutlery drawer really. It's got mostly cutlery in it, maple syrup from the last trip we went on. That'll be good. Oil, you know, dishwashing liquid, knives, all that sort of stuff's in there. And then we have my gas cooker, which just sits at the back of it. It fits on the fridge slide because this is quite a small fridge on a slide meant for quite a big fridge. And then over on the rear door here, normally I have a new door card with an aluminium fold-out table on it, but that had to come off because some egg broke me rear door latch, so that does need to go back on. But I'm going to be putting a couple compartments in it for sunscreen, insect repellent, that sort of stuff there. You may also notice my windows are quite dark. I have them tinted, so the back are 5% and the front are 35s. That's the darkest you're allowed to run them in New Zealand. So I just went for that. It looks awesome on the outside, but when you go to drive at night time, it is horrible. It's almost like I've got no vision at all. And if I come into the inside here, there's not really much going on in here. I mean, doesn't need to be really. I've got some eBay steering wheel that I did in COVID lockdown. We've got our Savage performance gauges up here, so we've got water temp and battery voltage, so I can check when the second battery's charging. Got our switch panel down here for our compressor, our front locker, and both our winches. There's also a rear locker switch on here. I haven't got an air locker yet, obviously, but yet is the key word there. A couple of air fresheners. I got the King's Heads Up Speedo there, and some Ridge Rider seat covers. I also have tucked just here, standing upright, pointing forwards, prime position, a under-seat sub. So this bad boy is obviously not under a seat. I wanted a small one. I didn't want one of those massive box ones in there because there is already so little room in here. It goes alright for the stereo and speakers and stuff that I've got. I'm just running a JVC single din head unit and JVC speakers all around. It's not primo, but you know, it's pretty good. It does the job. And then pretty much to finish this off, we have the Ridge Rider high lift jack mounted on the roof. This bad boy was on a dairy farm for 7 years before I bought it. It didn't come with a factory jack. I probably should have just got a bottle jack, but I didn't have a winch when I bought it, so I bought that and a couple of straps and thought I'd just bury my spare wheel and I'd use my high lift jack to winch off that. But now we got front rear winches, so don't really need that. I'm thinking about taking it off. As well as we've got a Trade Me roof platform that I just didn't put the risers and the top bar on, so it's more of a flat one like the Rhino Rack system. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe. Head over to TikTok. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that here. Head over to TikTok. I think it's at the Razor, and check me out there as well. There's a lot more of the build process because we've only just started posting YouTube videos. You'll be seeing all 4 of these vehicles on the channel and probably plus a couple more as well. We've got some exciting projects coming up. you'll see all 4 cars come into big rigs. The camper trailer in the works, possibly a dual cab ute or a patrol in the future. So we can only do that if you guys support us. So if you like the content, if you want to keep seeing it, please like and subscribe, and drop a comment on what rig that you've got. Chee-hoo!